The Cleveland Browns are 2-6-1 this morning. It was back in week 3 they picked up that first win, came against the Jets. We thought it was the start of a new generation for Cleveland. We thought wrong. Since then, one win, one fired head coach, one fired offensive coordinator, and one more chapter in the Browns' unstoried franchise. That fired head coach, Hue Jackson, was on the herd yesterday talking about Baker Mayfield.
So I've watched him impact the people around him. He's able to make people play better than what they can play. I mean, he has an internal fire within him that is unmatched, in my opinion. The guy is built the right way. And if you're going to turn around an organization that has been losing, a guy's got to be able to handle that. You can't just walk in there because all of a sudden you become what that organization is. And I don't think he will ever let the organization, what's gone on there, affect him. I think he will rise above it.
Coach, where are we right now on Baker Mayfield? I think he came out of the gate strong, and he's had a bit of an up-and-down stretch. Where do you fall right now on how Baker's playing?
There are a lot of things that I like about Baker Mayfield. One of the things I like the most is the way that he celebrates with his teammates, the sincerity.
Really?
Yeah, like watching him, it was maybe his first game. I forget who broke a long run, but he's sprinting on the sideline with him. Like that sincerity, that plays well in the locker room, and you know that it's genuine. And I think guys will rally around that part of it. I like the way that he anticipates on his throws. I think that's been very good. What I don't love at this point is he's got some make something happen in him, where he's going to run around, he's going to try to make plays, he's going to force plays that shouldn't be there, he's going to take unnecessary hits, he's going to put himself at risk instead of trying to stay within the framework of the play. And I think he's either going to get injured or you're going to generate too many interceptions because you're trying so hard to create something positive.
How much of that is, in your opinion, who he is, and how much of that is the circumstances and where he is? And by that I mean, you and I were texting this weekend about Pat Mahomes, not surprisingly. And you
were texting, I was responding.
Okay, oh sure. And you said to me along the lines of, what would he look like in Buffalo or in a situation that is not as ideal as Kansas City? And because I think Pat Mahomes has some of that make a play happen in him. But he's playing with a much better offensive line, obviously better skill position players around him, and a better scheme. So those plays are turning positive far more often than they're turning negative. Do you think Baker needs to change that basic almost philosophy? Or is that something that as the players get better, as the scheme gets better, as the talent grows, that could actually be an advantageous thing for him?
Well, the thing you forget about Patrick Mahomes, he's had a year. He had a year to sit. He had a year to learn. He sat behind a quarterback that, to me, was an excellent mentor for him. So what he's doing this year is a little bit different. Baker Mayfield's numbers a lot of them are better than Carson Wentz's numbers his first year, better than Jared Goff's numbers his first year. And it depends on, is he going to be smart enough to not take the hits for a 6-7 yard gain? Is he going to develop in that area in terms of reading coverages? And judging by his personality, his work ethic, it looks like he's got a chance to do that. And now, if he constantly feels like the weight of the world is on his shoulders, then you make some bad decisions.
He's got to be able to become very quickly and play more like Drew Brees compared to playing like Russell Wilson. He does not have the physical body that Russell Wilson has to continue to try to run and make plays like Russell has done. He's got to be able to understand his body will not hold up, and sometimes making a play is avoiding the sack, getting rid of the football, compared to avoiding the sack, get rid of the football, making a play down the field. Now, there's some things that he does with the football, how he throws the football, how his footwork in the pocket is outstanding even at a young age. I don't believe that his height will be a challenge because he throws over the top as far as a throwing motion. But I'm just going to hang on to what Hugh said. He makes players who can't play better. Well, how about this? Get me some great damn players, all right? Like Patty Mahomes, All right, so don't make a comparison to young quarterbacks where Cleveland, they have some of the worst skilled position players as far as wide receivers in the league for Baker Mayfield, and he's tried to force to try to make these guys into NFL guys. Besides Landry, he don't have any proven guys. What about getting him some good talent? Well, they got plenty of room under the salary cap, so that's what I want to see in Cleveland. And before we can do a real evaluation, you got to put some talented players around.
Isn't part of that, Nick, a little bit of, I not only want to go out there and make a play, there's this overwhelming sense of I got to save this organization. Like, I'm that first pick. Like, I'm the one that's going to pull this organization out of the mud.
Which is why I actually think the coach being fired, because I don't think Hue was going to make it past this year anyway, I actually think the coach being fired can relieve some of that. Like, you asked us the day after Hue Jackson was fired, what can Baker do the rest of the year? And C and I said simultaneously, not rehearsed. We both just said survive. Like, at this point, the Browns know this isn't the year it all comes together. This is another year where they fire their head coach, another year where they're going to have a high draft pick. And maybe that for Baker, he recognizes, hey, this is more than, this isn't a mile race. This is a multi-marathon situation. And what we have seen, by the way, it's not just the first 3 games he started, the numbers were bad, but you saw the throws. You saw the plays. The last 3 games, you're still seeing those throws, but the numbers are also ticking up. It's 6 touchdowns to 2 picks. It's a 93 quarterback rating versus a 67 quarterback rating his first 3. So he is slowly but surely getting better, not just with the eye test, but on the stat sheet.
Now, the danger that you have when you fire the coach mid-season is you've got an interim head coach who's auditioning for the job. You've got an interim offense coordinator who's auditioning for the job. Their vision isn't long-term. Their vision is, how can I get the most out of this group right now so that I have a chance to either get this job or get another job? So as much as Baker needs to think longer term, and the GM and the owner, you've got a group that has very short-term thinking, which could potentially put the quarterback in a difficult spot.
All right, Coach, thanks for hanging today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Got to take a break. Coming up, have LeBron and the Lakers officially turned